Hello everyone. Good to see Ia over here first, and Pita, welcome to you as well. And Ia, yes, really sorry. I left you a message earlier. Very sorry that you have a brownout and you're on data. We understand, but thank you for your support, Ia, and thank you for at least mentioning it. And I know you will watch part of the replay or something later on. And Pita, I must really thank you for all the replays that you are doing. Joyce as well. She says that she's also been watching the replays at school during the break time. So yes, much appreciated for all your support. Just hoping my watch hours will increase, as quick as possible. It's getting there, but only thing I am disappointed is sometimes my watch hours is showing much more, but YouTube gives it as very little. So I don't know what's the algorithm for that, but let's see, let's see. And so many of you are watching replays, so the it should go higher, right? It should go higher, but it's not even giving me the normal time that I have for the live stream. It's not even giving me that. Some days it does, but more often than not, it doesn't. So I just don't understand. But anyhow, we just do what we are doing. And that is why I appreciate all your support. All of you are so supportive of me. And in due time, I'm sure it will go higher. Just to give an example, like today, what happened. I put a video out this morning. I thought it's a very nice video. It had a very nice song. The thumbnail was okay, I feel, but it was not doing well in the morning. Like my peak period is usually between 5 and 6 a.m. But like I had only something like 4 views or something like that. So I was wondering, like, what do I do? So in if by 6 o'clock, if by 6 o'clock I feel that by 6 o'clock I feel that okay, this video is not doing well, then what I do is I go and change the title. So many of you may have realized this, that when you have replied under one title. But when you go to see it again, you'll find, oh, this title has changed. So that's what I do. So I changed the title 3 times today. Uh, and finally, I got a title which I left on. And like the second time I changed the title, it showed me like 45 views. Now, it could have gone up normally, it could have gone up normally, but when things are not going the normal way, and I find I changed the title, and suddenly I saw from 4 views, it jumped to 45 views. And when I see the graph, it's showing like it's going up. So naturally, I believe that it was good I changed the title of it. And then, even though it was 45, I changed the title again. And after some time, I had a look and it was 90. And then after that, I think it went up to 130. So I said, okay, that's good that I changed the title. So, it's that way. So I do that very often. So those who like are starting new on YouTube, uh, just try that option. Try that option. If you find your videos are not picking up, then you can't change the thumbnail, you can't change anything else, but you can change the title. Hello, Maya. Hello, Pita. Welcome, welcome. So, yes, that's a little tip to keep in mind, because they say that the title is important, thumbnail is important, the layout is important, all that is important. So, we just try to do our best, and the title is the only thing. You can go back to description, go back to your video, click on edit, go to description, and you will be able to just change the title. So uh, that's what I did, and it went up to 130. So I was then I think 135 I saw. So okay, you know, let's see how later on. Sometimes it can pick up. So I don't know. But oh, hello, sister. Nice to see you, sister. Thank you for being here. I know being here is missing out on your sleep and rest, but thank you, sister. I know I really appreciate it. All of you are very supportive. All of you, so many of you are so supportive. Like I sometimes think, what if I had many more on my live stream, like other channels, they have like 33, 40, 50 people on their live stream. So even if you're there for 1 or 2 hours, and let's say you're there for 1 hour and there are like 40 people, that's 40 hours, right? So that's wonderful. But you all support me so much with staying here for as long as I am here. And you also keep watching replays of mine. And like I always say, I just suggest leave a replay on while you're doing some other work. You can have it on mute, no problem. So have a replay on while you're doing some other work. So you can be cooking, you can be cleaning, you can be dusting, you can be doing some other work on a laptop or things like that. So you can just leave it on. And I know many of you are doing that. So that's one of the best and the easy ways. Okay, so my sister is brave enough to start it. And the reason is that because this is her video, what I put on top is her video that she had sent me long ago. I think this was sent in the month of June or July. In the month of June or July, she had sent me this. So uh, I think it was, in fact, coincidentally, I think it is July 11th. July 11th. So, and it got very good reviews. It got the highest views I ever had at the time. And even for a long time, it was the highest views I ever had. 2,500 something views. So, say 2,500 views I had for that short, which was only about 6 seconds or very short one. And later on, I had a video about a firefighter, and that crossed 3,500 views. That crossed 3,500 views. And though it crossed 3,500 views, apparently there were 7,000 people impressions. So 7,000 people that looked at it. They means they saw it, but they did not open, they did not view it. They just passed on. They just saw the thumbnail, they saw the title, they saw whatever it is. It did not appeal to them, and they did not open to check the shot. It's only a shot, but yet they did not open it also, so uh, about 7,000 plus people. That means it went to 7,000 people. That was the highest ever, so that is it. So it's good. So, yes, my sister says caring is sharing. If you care, you will share. For sure, you will not care for someone you don't like, and therefore you will not share, not food, not advice, nor anything. Caring is loving someone or having an affection. Could be a pet, a crow, your helper at home. Very true, sister. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. Right? You care for someone, and that is why you will share. You will share it with that person. But I also feel there are many times that you share something with a person, even if you do not know them. You share something with them. For example, sister, you have given lifts to people in Dubai. You have given lifts. You have dropped them out. You have just seen them stranded somewhere. All right. So um, yeah, I guess you care about them. Like, you do not know them at all. They are strangers to you, but you care about them, and therefore you decide to give them a lift and things like that, right? So yes, I totally agree with you. It's really true. Like, you care for someone, then you will definitely share things with that particular person. Yesterday, my friend's son who visited Dubai came, and I had a long talk with him and advised him. It was the concern or care I told him about Dubai. He was thinking Dubai is a land of gold. I said it's not a bed of roses, more thorns. Hello, Trixie. Nice to see you, Trixie. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for commenting. Trixie, you can comment also on the title Sharing is Caring. So, when you care for someone, you will automatically share that with someone because you care about them. So, you share it with them. So, give some thoughts about that also. Trixie, what do you think about it? Okay. And thank you for being here, Trixie. Appreciate it a lot. Really a lot. I know you don't have proper Wi-Fi in Davao, you know, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, like, I see a beggar who can work, so I don't care and I don't share anything. Yes, yes, sister, right. We see somebody, they are hale and hearty. Why can't they work? Okay, why can't they work? And in a way, there is always some work that can be done, right? Even if it's a laborer's work or any odd things, like there is some kind of work that anyone can do. So I totally agree with you on that. Now, what used to happen, there was in the previous province, there was a bridge. There was a bridge and two bridges actually, one going towards one side of the mall, and the other one was going between the mall and the Cineplex. And I used to take that bridge when I take a transport and I get off. Then I go up that bridge to catch any bus to go into Bangkok area. And if I want to go to the mall, I would take the other bridge which goes directly partly into the mall. Or if I wanted to take a van, so if I wanted to take a van somewhere, then I would go to the other bridge on the left. So on this bridge I see many of they seem to be destitute homeless people, so they are sitting there. So on many occasions I've taken and I've given them like 20 baht, I just given each. And there was one particular lady, all gents except for one lady used to be sitting with her daughter. So, or sometime I just bought a packet of food and I just gave them. A packet of food would cost me 20 to 25 bucks each, so I would give it to them. Sometimes I just gave them the money because uh, it would benefit them, right? Sometimes they may not want that particular food I buy, and maybe the money would be of some better use for them. So it's that way. I just give it to them. Please don't forget to share on the like button. All right, please don't forget. I see 5 people but 3 likes, so don't forget to share on the like button. Thank you. Yes, ER, I know you are using data. I'm really, really sorry about that. How are the effects of the earthquake in your island, Kamukian Island? Is it a little better? Pita, sometime later, can you send me a voicemail how you pronounce the name of that island where Iya stays? I keep saying Kamukian, Kamukian, Kamagin, Kamagin, Kamikin, Kamigin. I don't know. Just to know what is the correct pronunciation. Anytime, just leave me a voicemail. Thank you. Yes, yeah, I know you can't stay long. And Pita also said in the beginning that so sad Ia will not be here. And still you are peeping in. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, Pita, anytime later. No, no hurry. Anytime later. Just to do that. Yes, I know about this. My sister, yes, Dubai laborers working at a temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. So I care and I feel for them. So I distributed groceries. Yes, groceries and like things to eat also, and water also. You used to distribute water also to them. So yes, I know my sister did that, and then I think others also joined her. Others joined her also into doing the same thing, because those laborers are in a very, very pathetic, very, very poor condition, like, and they live like, sometimes they are like, one batch of laborers are going out to work and the other one are coming back to the room, and then those people are going to work, and then the ones who are working are coming back. So in shifts, how many people are crowded in one room, and how they manage, they are trying to send, like, they send almost 75% of the money they earn, which is not much, but they send almost 75% back home, and they are keeping, like, just 25% for them. So it's very sad. They have to work in that heat. The government in Dubai did take out a law that they are not supposed to be working between, I think, 12 and 3 or something like that. Not supposed to be working, but people still, the company still flouts those rules and makes them work. So yes, sister, I know you used to do that as well, and used to do so many other things like giving lift to people. When we had a car, then we also began giving lifts to people, but more often than not, we couldn't give a lift to many people, because there was already, like, let's say from the catechism classes, there was already, like, both the kids and myself, so three of us. So, and after church, like, there used to be all four of us, so there was not much place to give people. But at any time going, like, alone or something, yes, we gave lifts to people, especially like from the church going, we gave lifts to people. Yes, Pita, that's very true. Giving beggars and all, it's only encouraging them. It's only encouraging them. I agree with you. Talking about that, there is a nice video I saw. Don't forget to click on likes, everyone. Don't forget to click on likes. So I agree with you, Pita, because I saw a very interesting video, and it is somewhere, it is somewhere in China or something. It looks like the Southeast Asian countries, and they see somebody, like, begging by the side of the road. Husband and wife are walking, and so the wife moves forward to, like, give money, and the husband reaches across, holds her hand, and pulls it back, and she says something in their language. She says something, and okay, thank you, Pita. Kamigin, Kamigin. Okay, that's good enough. Kamigin, good. Thank you. Got it. Kamigin. So she says something to him, and then he holds her hand and he takes her. Now what they do is they go to the market, like, nearby. They buy they buy some fruits. They buy some fruits from there. Then they come back again, and then they tell the person, sell these fruits. Sell these fruits. So if the person, let's say, I'm just saying, if they spent, like, if they spent $5, but when selling the fruit, they would sell it individually or whatever it is, and they could sell it for more than $5, right? But what are they doing? Not encouraging begging. They're encouraging that person, to do something. And I have seen videos about things like this, that how the people, like, I'm just saying, supposing they sold it for $6, immediately they would take those $6, they would go again to the market, buy some more oranges, or apples, or whatever it is they would buy, or vegetable, they will buy for $6, come back and sell it. So they would sell it now maybe for 7, 8, $10, whatever it is. And that is how, they became enterprising, and some of them became, like, made it a big business finally. So I've seen videos about that as well. So, one small kind gesture would help out. And believe me, that is why, honestly speaking, I have helped so many people in the Philippines. When I was working and I was thinking I would go and settle down in Philippines, I helped many of them. And I literally used to, I know my sister will pound me on my head listening to what I'm saying now, but I even used to send them like 5,000 peso, And I know but some people will say 5,000 peso is nothing, but for some of the Filipinos, I know 5,000 peso is a lot. 1,000 peso is a lot of money. So 5,000 is a lot of money, and they could start something like, how we are talking just now, like, So I do not know them so well, just maybe a few times I've spoken to them, but do something. But as the true Filipino nature, right? Sorry, I'm not. I'm not categorized. I'm just categorizing like generally how the people I have come across. All right, but I have also come across good people. I've come across good people, and I have been friends with some of them for a long time. But in my early days, I'm talking about, in my early days, I have come across all the scammers and all the wrong people I've come across in Philippines, honestly. So then it was like, my sick buffalo, my sick mother, the father and the mother have been dead so many times, each time they are dying each time for some funeral expenses. So yes, those are the people I came across, and the money was used, which means they were not really interested in trying to progress, in trying to do better for themselves, right? So I helped once. After that, no, I will not help after that. So I can help in any other way, but financially, no. And now, and now, of course, financially, I cannot help anyone. I'm a retired. I need to have income coming in, you see. So yeah, now whatever little way I can still do something, I would do it, but not generally. 8 people, 4 likes. Please do click on like. Please do click on like. So yes, I agree with that. I think I need to keep my phone on so I can go back and check the comments. I don't want to miss out because a lot of interesting comments here. So where do I go? Okay, I go to Facebook, and from Facebook I will get my video, and then it says open on the app, and I go to the app, and now I can see all your videos because I don't want to miss on any. It's a very interesting comments you are all giving. Very interesting comments. Okay, so I've done that with my sister, and yes, giving advice, as my sister said, she had somebody friend's son and gave advice. Um, one thing, sister. One thing, sister, is like it's okay, like my this is just my viewpoint, I'm just sharing on that. Like I would think a little differently. I would i would not just call it like in a way I agree with you. Dubai is not a bed of roses. I agree with you, it's not a bed of roses. But then if you see, like many of us have stayed there for years and years and years, we have stayed there, right, and worked over there. So we need to, when we give advice also, we also tell them, we tell them, like for example, I tell people, don't go to Canada, because from my experience, I know what it is. I tell them, go to Australia, because I have always wanted to go to Australia. I have many people who I know, even from my American International School. A Pakistani lady went there. I have seen how much better the quality of life they are having over there. And I know after we got cheated of New Zealand immigration, I did go to try for Australia, but I was 1 year over age to apply. And but I still always said Australia is good. And so because of that, like we just applied to Canada, because finally decided to send my son to the US, because my daughter also said that they are not getting she's not getting a good job in New Zealand, in spite of doing education from there, her graduation, and she came back to Dubai. So because of that, so I would give them the true facts and tell them, like, if you want experience for yourself, go and check and see what it is like. So Yeah, because I think in a way, many who go to the Gulf never come back in a hurry. They don't come back in a hurry as long as they have the job, and they sometimes would give up the job and go and get another job and, do better for themselves. And ultimately, whatever hard work there is so much of luxury, and there's so much of facilities, and there's so many things that you can enjoy. You can enjoy a quality of life. Now, when we were there also, we were in Alin. We saved a lot in Alin. I can say that we saved a lot in Alin because one, accommodation was free for us. So we saved a lot on accommodation, and food and other things like we could spend. And I had tuitions as well, but we saved a lot. I know each trip we made to India, we used to buy gold biscuits in Dubai, gold biscuits, and then come to 5 grams, 5 grams, and all that, 5 grams, 10 grams, and then we were allowed that much to take, and then come to India and sell that. So what we sold that we could manage for our expenses over there. So, Alin, we saved a lot of money. Dubai was a hard struggle for us. Dubai was a hard struggle. But, sister, I know you, and especially Sam. Sam used to always say that even though our salaries are not that much, how well I used to manage the house and things like that, and give proper gifts at Christmas and all. So, yes, it was hard, but we managed it. We took loans, we had to pay back the loans, and we took loans and top of loans we took for the children's education. But we are happy. My daughter graduated from New Zealand. When she came back, she started working. She started giving us money. She's saying, I'm not paying you back. I'm not paying you back. I cannot pay you back. I cannot repay. But what I'm doing is I'm just helping whatever I feel like helping. I'm helping out. That's all. You know. So she started giving us some money. My son in Canada, he used to help out a lot. He used to like buy groceries sometimes, or mostly he used to buy for the mother. So that was it. So yes, even Canada, they say why. I tell them why. I tell them this is my experience. Okay, my salary is low. They ask me to go and requalify myself. So they ask 101 things, right? So I tell them openly, this is it. But if you want, send your kids to New Zealand, it's good, but send them to Australia. Going to Australia and returning, I have seen how much it is beneficial in Australia. And I know all the people who have gone over there. So many teachers in the school which I used to visit in Dubai. It was a branch of the school I was in Alin. And so many of them also migrated to Australia 30, 40 years ago. Today they are happy. Many of them gave up teaching. They joined, like this friend Raymond. uh, I put up on the thumbnail, reunion. So in our last, one of the last live stream, when he went, he stopped teaching. He joined the trams, and then he was a driver, a tram driver. They still have trams there. And from being a tram driver, he rose up to become. Now he's rose up to become more on a technical basis, a big officer. That if there is any problems with the tram is stuck or an accident or something, then he has to organize, solutions for that and help for that and all. So yes, I give them both sides. Yes, sister, caring and sharing is different because there are different levels of caring. I agree, there are different levels of caring, and according to the different levels of caring, we find that people will share according to that. You will give some people more, some people less, and some people you don't care, so you just don't bother about them. But I would think also sometimes you do not care about the person, but then in a way it is caring, but you feel compassionate about them. You just feel compassionate about the situation, and that may propel you, that may uh, you may think, let it be, I will break my rule, and for one exception I will help somebody with something. You may help them. Okay, so in a way you care for them, but then in a way you don't really want to help that person, but the situation demands it. And I think it is more from your nature that you are kind of doing something, so you will just do it like on a one-on-one basis, but not on a regular basis. So yes, I agree. Come again means come again. Okay, yeah, come again. Okay, I will come the first time, and then after that, I will come again. Some beggars are richer than us, my sister says. Yes, some beggars are richer. We have known in India, we have read in the newspapers, beggar found discovered dead. And then when they found out where he's living and where it is, they found he had a lot of money. Some beggars even have bank accounts. Yes, sister, you'll agree with that. We have read, right? Some beggars even have had bank accounts. Can you believe that? So begging has become a profession. So that is why, really, in a way, it's not good to help beggars. Now, like I help those people on the bridge, but I don't know in the night where they go, right? I don't know if they are real destitutes. I wanted to take the Thai family. I wanted to take that boy and have a video, and so the boy could do the translation. Mother kept saying yes, 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 but it never worked out because I wanted to know what is the background of the family. Why are they coming out there? Why are they begging out there? I wanted to know something about that background. I don't speak the language, but it did not work out that way. Yes, you're right, sister. They find so much money when the beggars die. You're right. I saw a man walking on his knees, and so I gave him money as he had no legs to walk. Yes, talking about this, I remember many years ago, maybe when I was a teenager or something like that, I saw this picture. I saw this picture. Now, remember, we didn't have any internet and Google and all those, but somewhere I saw this picture. Uh, you know, I complained because I had no shoes till I saw a man who had no feet. I complained because I had no shoes till I saw a man who had no feet. We complain about so many things in life, right? We look at other people and see what they have and we say, wow, I wish I had that. All right. But then if we look at somebody else, we will think, oh my God, I think we discussed something like this in Count Your Blessing, right? But when we look at somebody else, we'll say, oh my God, we are so much better off than them, right? So, yes, it is true. Yes, they can help them with getting some kind of job or doing something like the thing about buying the fruits and selling it. So at least that is encouraging them. Yes, some they just take the money, they are drinking, they are smoking, and they are just wasting the money also. So I agree, Emily. I agree on that. Okay, mom. Mom buys some food and bread and gives it to the beggars. Yeah, but it depends if they are really genuine. They are really genuine. It depends. Trixie says, I have one friend that he always gave me advice to the point that he uh, gave me a little amount to start my business. He gave tips on how to start. He encouraged me always to do a business. Yes, whoever that is, he would have done it because he cares, right? He cares. Like I said, I have done it for many people in the Philippines, in my early days when I was working. So it was okay. I did it, out of my good heart. So, yes, it doesn't cost much, right, to help somebody, right? And even if you're just giving advice, you just telling someone, how to do something properly, that in itself is very good, right? That is, uh, you don't have to give money to someone, right? You can just help them with what they have. You can help them and let them how to increase that, like, do that. My sister says, thank you, Trixie, for that. My sister says the boy is 28 years old, never moved out of India. He went and stayed in an expensive B&B. Then he got involved with the Nigerian people who are the biggest scammers and thieves, and he had to pay a fine. That was very, very sad. 70,000 rupees for overstaying. Oh, that was sad. Yes, that is a sad incident. Now, I will tell you also about an incident I faced in Philippines. All right, incident I faced in Philippines. So there was this boy who went to the sari store. Okay, so sister sari is not wearing the sari, but you have been to Philippines a couple of times, and so the sari store is like the small store that the people have, and most of them run the store from their homes. Most of them run it from their homes. So here I saw a boy came to buy to a sari store, and he he bought one candy for 1 peso. All right, he bought one candy for 1 peso. So at the store itself, he was opening the wrapper, and the candy fell. He was opening the wrapper, and the candy fell into onto the sand down. He quickly picked up the candy, and he was trying to, because it came out of the wrapper, and he was trying to wipe off the sand and all that. I quickly ran across to him, and I tapped his hand, and I let the candy fall, and there was a drain nearby. The drain was dry at that time, but still I tapped it, and I just told him, no, wait. So I bought 10 candies, and I gave it to him. Guess what he did? When he had one candy, he opened the wrapper to eat it himself, right? But when I gave him 10 candies, he quickly took the 10 candies and ran quickly to his friends. He did, as far as I remember, he did not even say thank you to me. He just was so happy. His face, lit up, his eyes lit up, and he looked like as though he would cry when I first tapped him. So I was worried about that. So, uh, but when he got the 10 candies, he quickly ran to his friends and he began distributing the candies to them. Sharing is caring. I was very touched by that. I was very touched by that. And at that time, I was thinking like, if I find somebody from Philippines, I would like to go and settle down in Philippines then. So I said, let me do that. And that is the time I made up my mind, and I decided from that time. I said, if ever I'm in Philippines and I come to settle in Philippines, I am going to do something for the Filipino children. The first thing I had planned to do was I can teach them free of charge, right? I can help them with their education. I can help them with speaking better English. I can help them with their homework. I can help them. Like math is a very weak subject for many students. So, I'm lucky I can teach the subject. So I can even help in doing that. So I decided like that's what my contribution back to education will be, to help the Filipino children. Now that I have YouTube, now that I have YouTube, I have also pledged. And if you ask Rosemary, she will tell you. Uh, I've pledged to them because they had two kids, one boy, one girl, not their kids, friends' kids. The friend passed away. Her friend passed away, school friend, and she was seeing them through school. And I said at that time, I've just started last year. I just started my YouTube, and I said, Rosemary, my YouTube, when it starts monetization, I am going to use whatever money I get from YouTube and donations and whatever money I get from my YouTube channel, all that money will go to help out some Filipino kids through college education. That is my purpose. So I'm really looking forward to monetizing it fast. I'm not worried about monetizing my second channel. That channel is only to help new people how to upload videos, make things easy for them. I just want that to be helpful to people, because when I look at videos, I find so complicated. It is so complicated. So I want to make something very easy uh, to for them. So if any of you watch that video, and if you feel that there is something that I missed out, or I could make it easier, or something is still complicated what I have written, please do share in your comments. You can be open in your comments over there, no problem. So you can write over there, If you don't want to write something there, then I have my channel email, theburtonchannel at gmail.com. Theburtonchannel at gmail.com. You can write to me on the email and just tell me your video, so and so, your first video, second video. Maybe I should number my videos there as well. It would make it easier. Yes, I'll do that. I'll number my videos there as well. So, just write to me. Write to me. You are now my family. You are now my friends, right? You are now my friends. So you can tell me, like, this has to be improved, or can you do this, or I could not understand this step. I can make it, I can put a footnote. I can do something like, for that. So I'm trying to make it as easy. So far, I've got whoever has, not many have commented, but I have got a few comments, and they all say it is really so simple. It is really so nice, very informative and all. So it's good, because if it can help you to make better quality of videos, I'm trying myself what I can do. My quality of the video is not really that much, but that's because I don't know. Like the firefighter video got more than 3,500 views. And so I made another firefighter video that got me 53 views. It gave me 53 views. So why does someone watch for 3,500 views and the other one only 53? So it's that way. So we don't know. Joyce, hello Joyce, how are you? Nice to see you, Joyce. Let's have some comments on sharing is caring. We have had a lot of wonderful comments over here. um, yes, a lot of wonderful comments here so far. So so this is it. Now, in the thumbnail, for today's thumbnail, that is my sister in the thumbnail. So you all share and interact with my sister, but now you can see her, what she looks like. I told you, we are all blessed with young looks. We are all blessed with young looks. If I dye my hair properly, it will make me look much younger. So thank you, Joyce, for being here. That's nice. Do share about today's theme. Sharing is caring. Your thoughts about it. So yes, uh, I, I was the last incident I gave about the candy and the boy. So I'm really going to help students, to get through university degree. How much I'm earning, I can give that much. So my earning would not be regular, but at least I hope my earnings would be a fixed one, and then it would be increasing, right? So I hope, like, I will be earning a fixed amount, and then it will increase as well with more and more videos and more people joining and more people watching. So that is the only reason why I'm really appealing for monetization for my watch hours. My subscription is now 880. You would be able to see that 880. So I need another 120 subscribers to reach 1000 target. I need at least another 120 subscribers, but my watch hours are only 633 as of yesterday. 633. I have to reach 4000. I have to reach 4000. So I'm only appealing and asking you to just watch for longer, stay on my live stream for longer. Um, they will get you more watch. It will get me more watch hours than my channel videos. So play it while you're doing any other work. Just play it while you're doing some other work. And if you've not seen the live stream before, you can listen, and then maybe you'll find something to comment, because that's what I do with others live streams. Others live streams, I don't get a chance to see it, but I leave it on. And sometimes when they are live and I'm cooking, I keep the live stream on, and now and then I comment. So that is caring, right? That is caring. So we share that. So all of you are really doing it, all of you are helping. And if you can spread it out to others, share my videos with others, you never know when they will be watching, right? You never know when they will be watching. uh, Joyce, I was looking again at the analytics, and I looked at the general one, all my videos from beginning till now, and at the moment, Spanish Town, city-wise, Spanish, no, country wise, I think country wise, okay, country wise or city wise, either Jamaica is on number 6 or Spanish Town is on number 6. But for some of the videos, I told you Spanish Town was like number 3. So overall, so I'm just thinking, what you had said before, you think many people are watching my videos, though they haven't subscribed. And I told you last time, yes, I think that is true, I think that is true. Uh, I'm getting Bombay. Bombay now is also many. So, sister, there are many in Bombay who are watching. Bombay as a city also is somewhere around 10th or something like that, you know, as the last time I saw it. It changes, it fluctuates, but like Bombay was like around the 10th city. I'm very surprised that in the countries I find Indonesia is sometimes like the second country, sometimes Indonesia is the fourth country, the fifth country, but Indonesia is always in the top 10. Indonesia as a country is in the top 10, and Jakarta is also in the higher bracket. So I am really surprised. Indonesia, how many people are watching or who is watching in Indonesia? I don't have anybody. I think one or two people will sometimes leave a comment on from Jakarta. They leave a comment for a video or a shot, and nobody is on my live stream. Nobody is a vlogger or anything or for a subscriber. Maybe they have subscribed. We cannot see, but I'm really surprised that a high number are from Indonesia. So I must go into my subscriptions and see country-wise, country-wise subscriptions where most of the people are from. I think country-wise subscriptions most have come from Philippines. Yes, country-wise subscriptions most have come from Philippines. Philippines will definitely be the highest in subscriptions country-wise. I'll check that out, but for sure. So yes, I've read all the comments. I've not missed out on any comments. So, Joyce, some comment. Sharing is caring. Yeah, sharing is caring. I can say, for example, Ia cares a lot about my channel. So, though she is on brownout, she is using her data, and she came onto my channel and she has been coming on and off, and she has said also she cannot stay long because she is on data. So there's an example of sharing is caring, right? Making that effort. But Ia and Pita, when are we going to do the live stream co-hosting? Come on, I want to do it ASAP. ASAP. Come on, give me some ideas. We have formed a group on WhatsApp or Messenger. WhatsApp or Messenger, I forget. So we have formed a group. So let us interact. Let us interact. Give me your suggestions, Ia and Pita. Give me your suggestions. What kind of a topic should we choose? What are we going to talk on? And of course, from there we can go on to many different subjects, as happens on our channel as well. But give me some direction, what you want to talk about. Some direction, what you want to talk about. According to that, I can find a thumbnail and keep it ready. But just let me know the day and the time. Just let me know what day, what time will be convenient for both of you to be together with me hosting. If it is not a 10 o'clock or if it is not another time, I understand also that the day we schedule it, there might be a brownout, there might be no electricity, there might be something. If that happens, there might be one of you or none of you on the live stream. It doesn't matter. I can always, if you tell me a little bit in advance, or if it happens during the live stream, we cannot help it. But if it happens a little bit in advance and you tell me like I'm having this problem, I don't know, then we can see, we can adjust it accordingly. And if I have to cancel, then I will cancel. For example, please go to my community page and do look at my community page. Please patronize my community page as well. Just look in for what I'm posting over there. So I posted like something about, I made a post like every day I'll have a live stream at 10 o'clock morning and 5 o'clock evening my time, but there might be some days which I won't be there. So those days I am going to put a note. So I will put a post, right? So it's best you'll look at my post, if you don't the notification for that, and look at the post and see. So it will tell you like, I'm sorry, today 10 o'clock morning I will not be available for the live stream. I don't want you coming and waiting. Of course, you will not see any post for that particular day, so you know that there is no live stream. But even then, I will inform everyone in advance, like that I cannot come for the live stream for that morning or for the evening or for the full day. Like last time I went out, it was the full day I was out. So, but then I decided to do the live stream while going and while returning. And having done the live stream for 2 days like that, live stream for 2 days, I find I've crossed my data. I've crossed my data for the month. So I want to look into that. I want to go into my settings and I want to see how much data I really have, you know, how much data I really have. And if I can increase that for the time I'm still here, if I can increase that data. So just a little bit of news to everybody. There was a Thai family who was trying for a job to get me a work permit in Thailand. And sister, I don't know whether I told you about this separately, but was trying to get me a job here in Thailand, a work permit as a private English language teacher. But they made a mess of the whole thing. The first problem was they said they are hiring me as an English language teacher for their school. Because I said, if you're hiring me to teach your employees English, I can also teach adults and students, I can also teach. And this is the problem when you are translating. Many things are lost in translation. So, how much I try to make them understand that it is to teach your employees, put it that way. Because they told me they already have started a restaurant. I went there, I saw the restaurant. I went there once before. I saw they have a restaurant. It's non-functional, and they told, I got different views from the mother and from the son, eldest son. I got different views from them about. Mother says they started the restaurant, there was a fight in the employees because no one is there to manage. She's still working, the husband is very very sick, and the sons have their own work. And she said like, they a fight broke out with the employees, and therefore she had to shut down the restaurant. The eldest son tells me that they never ever started the restaurant. They built it, got the appliances, but never ever started the restaurant. So I do not know what it is, but I just looked at it honestly. I looked at it from a selfish reason that I will have a work permit and I can stay in Thailand because I like the place now. I would love to carry on staying here, but if I had work, I would stay on because then I'm teaching, right? That's what I love to do. I would be teaching students, adults, and I would be able to teach legally, not just wait for online classes, and I could have a lot of people teaching, and I would teach the employees, and they would also start, they are also negotiating recruiting of nurses, for this dispensaries, doctors, clinics, and hospitals and all, mostly hospitals, because she's a nurse herself. So they wanted to do that. So they said, like, we'll do a little English, brushing up on some part of the English, whatever they know or don't know. So we can do that before we place them, in hospitals and all. Knowing a little English would help a lot. So that. So first of all, language school. They were told that you have to first have a business. You have to have a business of a language school. Then only you can hire somebody. So when I told them, you how much I told you, you're not to do that. Say that you want to hire a private foreign language teacher for your employees. But now, in a way, if you go to see, they are not running the business. They don't have employees in the business. I feel the business is not even registered because I asked them a question. I said, "How come you?" They sent me a menu and all. Okay, they sent me a menu, so they had prepared a menu on their restaurant name. But I said, where is your boarding? Your this board displaying the name of your shop and all. Oh, we took that board down because the restaurant is closed now. After the fight, so we took the board down. And I thought to myself, hello, nobody takes a board down. Even if you close your restaurant, it would be like temporary closing, and so you would leave your board up, you know, and you might put a sign outside, temporary closed until further notice, something like that you would do. I do see here people like saying renovation going on or something like that might be. So you could have done that. So I don't think they even made a board, and put out for the restaurant. If the restaurant, as the son said, was not even started. So even if they are saying like now they went to try again, but the person said you must have your business. And in the form, I went there a second time because they needed a signature on one of the forms, and they needed some more information from my side. So when I went there, I saw one of the things they have to fill up in the form is their tax ID number, their business number, the tax ID number, and their income and all that they had to give. So if you have no business, how are you going to give all those details, right? So they said, sorry, we are not getting permission to do it, and I can understand they will never get this permission. So what they said is that, okay, you have to leave the country. It's okay, you leave the country. When we do set up our business, then we can apply for a work permit for you if you are still interested in coming. So I said, okay, you leave it at that. When you start your business and you have it running, up and running, and you want it, it will depend on where I am and what I am doing at that time. And if I am okay with it, then I will tell you. Then you can submit my papers, and I will come and I will take up the employment. So that is it. So it has failed. So now I will just go to India for a few months because the place in Cebu, the accommodation in Cebu is only available from the first week of June. So I will go to India, stay with my sister for some time, meet my ex-students and see what life is like now to live in India. Like before, we used to just go for a short time and come. So now it will be about 2.5 months. So let me see how it is to live there, and I will then I can relocate to Cebu and stay in Cebu. Hopefully, by that time, I should be getting my pension. I will apply for it, and hopefully, I should get my pension by that time. So it will be comfortable. My pension is not very high, but it is enough to get a little bit of a quality life. I'm getting a very good studio condo, a very good studio condo. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the layout of it. I'm happy with the rent. I'm really, really happy with the rent that the person has offered it to me for. And I'm really grateful and thankful, As I always keep saying, God works in mysterious ways, right? God works in His own time, in His own way. So, and He has all His angels here on earth, and He sends His angels out, in the form of different people. So, yeah, I'm so happy with that. And I look forward. If it was available right now, yes, I may have thought of going right now. And I told the person also. So I'll have to write to a person now and tell him that that job is not working out. So it's Cebu, here I come. As of now, it's Cebu, here I come in first week of April. So that's it. Now Joyce has said something. I grew up learning to care about others from my family. My late mother, God bless her, rest in peace. When she was cooking, she always prepared extra food in case anyone stopped by. Wow, that's really good. That's right. Talking about that choice, my father was like that. I mentioned this in my previous live streams as well. My father and my sister might remember. I don't know if she remembers, but my father would bring strangers to the house. He would bring strangers to the house, and he would tell his wife, my mom, like, better prepare some extra food. If there's nothing, prepare something and give. He has been starving for so many days, and blah 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 blah. We don't even know those people. We used to ask dad, do you know where? No, they came begging, asking, and all. I said, come, I'll give you a meal in my house. And honestly speaking, our house has been robbed. Sister, I don't know if you remember, but not Berkeley buildings, but the other house where we were staying in the railway quarters near the Railway Institute. There, the house has been robbed on two occasions. Our house was robbed on two occasions. One occasion was myself to blame. I must really. It's a good thing to tell you about this incident, how stupid and foolish I was. But I was very young at that time. Very young at that time. So anyhow, not the question of so young, but I think we were brought up, to be so caring to people that we did not think that people are so scrupulous, like, they don't have any kind of etiquette or manners. So here was I playing, okay, here was I playing outside. And so I was not that young, I was not that young, but maybe early teens also, I don't know. So I was playing there and helping with flying kites and all that. So one man came up to me and he asked me, like, by my father's name. But father's name also, we had a board in the building. We had a board, and on the board was so and so's flat number and your name at the side. It was there. And on top of that, some people had put a name on their door. So you could get a name from anywhere. So he told me, "Oh, I'm your father's friend, and I working on the railway. Naturally, they are railway quarters, so my father has to be working on the railway." So he came and said, like that and all that. So where's your father? No, he's not there. Where's your mom? No, she's also not there. Oh, nobody is there. Can I wait for a little while in your house? And I said, and there we were taught to call everybody uncle and auntie. Yes, uncle, you can come and wait in my house. So I went, and we are sitting down, nothing to talk about, in common and all. And I'm at the back of my mind, I am, oh my God, I want to go and play. And this fellow sitting here, what to do? And I said, okay, uncle, you don't mind. I will just go to play, and we'll see if my father or somebody. My father may not come, he's working. My mother may come. So we'll just see about that. Okay, okay. He said, don't worry, I'll wait here. After some time, when I was playing, he came and he said, okay, I waited so long. Nobody is over here. So I think I'll have to go. So just tell my father that his friend came, some fictitious name he must have given. And I said, okay. And after that, when I went home, back again, my house was ransacked. The cupboard was open, the drawers were all out, things were all thrown on the ground. My mother, if I remember clearly, she did not have a lot of jewelry, but she had imitation jewelry. So a lot of that imitation jewelry was scattered and thrown all over. And I don't think we were not that well off, but I don't think there was any money in the house, or maybe there was just a very little money. I don't know, but what we had in those days, what we had, and I don't know from where and how my parents had, but they had brass. They were ashtrays, brass ashtrays, three-corner ashtrays. Nobody smoked at home, but we had for people that smoked, I guess. But they had it for many, many years, I guess. So we had those brass. It was brass, pure brass. Okay. So we had the ashtrays, the three-cornered ashtrays, and also the another kind of ashtray we had in the shape of a shoe, and it reminded me of uh, the Dutch people, the Dutch people, how they have that shoe shape like that. So it was like that kind of a shape. So that also was supposed to be an ashtray. So we had quite a lot of them. Some were out, some were in the cupboard. So we had quite a lot of them. I don't know why my parents, still today, I never ever asked them, but thinking about it now, I just wonder why. So He took all because brass, it's good sale value, resale value, right? To sell it as brass. So he had taken all that, all the ashtrays had gone, disappeared from our house. So we had a very big, honestly, you see the pirates' treasure chest? The pirates have a treasure chest. We literally had a big box like that, and there was one compartment on top, and you lift up that compartment, and that compartment you put a few odds and ends, like, and you lift up that compartment, and then you have the full chest, like exactly like the pirates one, full chest down, and the top also is just like the pirates, chest curved. So that also was open, everything thrown all over. But what my parents said, okay, they gave me a little yell that, what a foolish thing to do. And but the second time when it was, I don't know, a house was broken into. The second time a house was broken into and robbed, or maybe the first time a house was broken into and robbed, and then second time it was this incident. So I forget which order, but I think twice our house was robbed. So it could have been these people, coming, stray people coming for food. Who knows? They are looking around the house. Oh, because my mom kept a good house. My mom, even what little salary we had, we kept a good home. It was later on in life that my mom had to start working. As we were growing older, my mom had to start working. But she maintained a good home, neat, tidy. She's very good in decorating, decorating places and all. She's very good in how to decorate and good ideas and all. So, yes, so, coming for meals like this, they must have realized, and that's how they decided to come. So, yeah, so my father, very generous like that, very generous. Then after some time, we told him it's so dangerous. See what happened in the previous house. Do not do it. Then my father stopped, like, you want, you take them out to a restaurant and give them a meal. So then my father started doing that. Take to a restaurant, order some food for them, pay up for the food and leave. And that's a good thing, no? That's a good thing. Don't bring them home. That's a good thing. Take them. But he was like that, very generous man, very generous man. He would, he would help. That's why, I guess I got the habit, and my sister has the habit, just helping anybody. We help anybody, kind of like, even if we don't know them, we'll go out of our way to help them as much as we can. And I think it brushed off my father's side, like, not that my mother is not helpful, but like, you would be careful, no? But my father was beyond limits, like, being helpful. So I guess we got that trait from him, my sister and myself. So, uh, yeah, it's that way. So I learned now how not to be foolish and invite somebody into the house just like that. But yeah, in Bishop School also, there was an ex-student. In a way, there was something like mentally wrong with him. His other brother was very talented, but this guy, something was wrong with him. And he used to always turn up at somebody's homes and ask for food. And if we were out in town, and he would make such a loud noise about it in a loud voice, and he would follow you around. So it was embarrassing. So to stop the embarrassment, like, people would just give him money. But no, I never ever gave him because he was on drugs. He used to be on drugs. So we know the money is going for drugs only. And yet the other boy was very straight boy. So for me, if I met him anywhere outside, okay, you're hungry? You never ate for days. And like, he's living in the house with his mom and the other brother, you know. So, okay, you're hungry? Fine. Here, come to this. No, sir, no, sir. Give me some money. No? Why? You're hungry. What do you want money for? I'm giving you a meal. You want money because you want to go and have your drugs, right? No, sir, no, sir. Drugs. I stopped drugs. Yes? Okay, okay. Very good. I believe you. But for now, I'm giving you a meal. You want the meal or you'll get nothing? Okay, sir. I will have the meal. So, okay. So he went, and so I used to order the meal, give him, let him eat it. So, it's that way. He did not deserve it. He did not, because he was a waster. He did not deserve it. I remember my father, when I was growing up, I never had any bad habits, vices, or anything. I was more an introvert than an extrovert. But yet my father always told me, you want to become a waster? The door is open. Want to become a waster? The door is open. But as long as you work decently and you are here, you can stay in my house. But if you ever want to become, because Anglo Indians were known as, smokers, drinkers, wasters, only live for today, forget about tomorrow, no thinking about the future. That was the Anglo Indian tradition, But so he used to still always tell, though I was now big and I was working and I was never had vices and things like that. Yeah, that those days I used to hang around with my classmates. So I used to hang around with my classmates. Like we used to go for athletic practice after school, come home, have something light, go quickly back again, have our athletic practice. And after that, we used to sit and chat. Then we started going to a nearby place and having something to eat and having a little juice and all that. And then, laugh and joke and things like that. And then we used to come back. Give you a very interesting incident about that, okay? So one day we were all this. The name of the place was Johnny's Cold Drink. Okay, so Johnny was serving cold drink to us, and in front of the cold drink was this man who would sell these kind of what we call ragra and all that. So it was like chickpeas mixed with something. And oh my, why do I always talk about food on my channel and make my mouth water and my stomach hungry? So, and we used to have these potatoes cut into cubes, and these potatoes were mixed with salt and into some tamarind and chili powder, spicy thing, and then on the fork, and then we take it and eat it. Oh my God, sister, do you remember that kata? We used to call it kata. Kata means the fork, so it used to just be called fork because the fork was used and giving. Oh my God, so damn tasty it was. So, have something to eat there and then Johnny cold drink to have the cold drinks over there. And all the girls, and we had the girls with us. Some of the girls were with us also who came. I remember Yasmin Poonawala, Yiking Tham. My sister will know them. So we used to have this juice and all, and any young girls going, all the young chicks like passing by and all the hooting, shrieking, whistling, and comments and all that going. And one day here was this beautiful beautiful lady passing by, very very beautiful white skinned lady passing by. And all of us kept quiet. Usually, of course, I never used to whistle and all. I told you I was very shy of girls in those days. Like only my classmate, we were co-ed school, so classmate and all was okay to chat with. But all of us were quiet except this one fellow. One fellow. His name is Percy. I won't mention his surname just for chance, but Percy. And oh my God, loud whistling and coo-hooting and saying comments and all that. And we are telling, hey, shut up, man, shut up. And he kept on, he kept on. Hello, Mayat, so nice to see you. I commented on your video today on your live stream. I commented. I was there for a short time, but then I had to leave and get ready. Or your video, it was, I think. It was your video. So thank you, Mayat, for being here. And Mayat, can you share with us something about today's theme? Today's theme about sharing is caring. What would you like to say about that? Sharing is caring. Oh, you're at work and you stay on for a while. Okay, sure, Mayat, sure. Appreciate that. Thank you. So just if you can comment, give some comment on sharing is caring. So I'll just complete mine and then Pita, I'll go back to your comment. So we are telling him, shut up, Percy, shut up, man, keep quiet. And he's going on and on. And then the lady passed by and then he said, we all pounced on him. He said, shut up. What's wrong with you? You know, that is Zoeb's mother. And this guy Zoeb was in our class. He was not for athletic practice or something, but he used to join us because he knew we were this and he was staying very close by there. So he knew every evening we would come after athletic practice. So he would join us over there. and he was sitting there. So his face was turning red like a tomato or like an apple or whatever you call it. His face was so red, so embarrassing it was. And we told him, and then after that, Percy said, "Hey, Zoeb, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really very sorry. I didn't know that is your mother. Wow." Like he's in grade 11. And he said, "Wow, your mom really looks so young and so beautiful. I'm so sorry." He said, "It's okay." That boy just kept quiet. He didn't know what to say, but we pounced on him. So I don't know if he was working in Dubai, staying in Sharjah. How many times I reached out to him, let us meet. Never, never. He would comment on, posts and all that, but never ever met. Strange, no? I don't know why some people are so strange they become. So that way. So now let's go back to Pita's comment. One day, young boys were caught uh, doing rugby in the public cemetery. Oh my God. The barangay officials confiscated them and brought to the barangay hall for counsel. Yeah, true. So first of all, that's not a place, you have to respect the dead. In a cemetery, you have to respect the dead. It's so important to do that. So, um, yeah, it's good in a way that they confiscated their ball and brought them for counseling. I hope nobody was ever caught again in the cemetery playing like that. You really need to respect the dead over there. So yeah, so that was an incident, like that happened. It was so sad. It was so sad, and he never kept in touch with me in in Dubai. I don't know why he didn't want to meet up. So what to do? You can't force somebody, right? You can't force somebody to do something. So that's it. We just have to respect them. Very recently, another classmate of ours, Ronald Sequeira, he was in a previous school where I was, and then when I joined this other school where my sister was, then he also was there in a class along with another boy. He also was there, and they used to have a hotel close to the railway station, the area where we were staying, close to the railway station. His parents had a restaurant over there, Bestford. It was called Bestford, Bestford, Bestford. So we used to go there for a meal, no concession, okay, just pay whatever it was. But we used to go and have a meal now and then over there. So, but talking about having a meal, there was a big hotel that came up later on, and a big hotel that came up over there. It starts with S. I'm just trying to. They used to sell good Parsi food, very good Parsi food, and they used to have a tiffin service. So we took that tiffin service on a monthly basis for quite many months, I think, on a monthly basis. And periodically we used to take it, like it was cheaper taking on a monthly basis than buying, individually buying food. Quantity was quite good enough for all of us to eat. We ordered a good quantity of it. The meal, 2 meals or something we ordered for like lunch 2 meals and dinner 2 meals. Only problem, we had to go all the way to pick it up. So we used to walk all that way. It was quite a good bit of walking, maybe about 30, 40 minutes. So walk all the way. Mostly I used to do it and go and pick it up. And I still remember sali boti, that is like a mutton dish and with bones, mutton with bones, and kind of fries, French fries, but it used to be kind of mixed with the thing, potato strips like mixed. My mouth is watering. Food. I have to come back to food. Really, how my topic comes back to food, I don't know. But really, very, very. Oof, it's on the tip of my tongue. It just came in my mind again, but it's not exactly the name. Sun, sun something. I don't know. It was on the tip of my tongue. So, Silver Inn, Silver Inn. if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Silver Inn, Silver Inn. Yes, Silver Inn. I'm sure. Let me see if it still exists today. Let me just check if it still exists. Then I will know that it's correct what I'm saying. Silver Inn. Wow, really wonderful food. Wonderful food. Their Parsi food was really. Parsi are Zoroastrians. Parsis are Zoroastrians. In a way, belonging to the early Iranians, like early. So, oh my God, I think it is there because when I'm just typing, it's even saying menu, but I don't know. Oh my God, I'm seeing there are so many by that name, Silver Inn, so many by that name, but they are in different places. But saying Silver Inn Baikala, but it's not coming up. Masjid Bandar. I don't know. It's not saying Baikala, the place where we were living. So that's what I'm wondering about. Okay, so it's not telling me in that city, but yes, I'm sure it was Silver Inn. It was so Silver Inn. I'll check later on, and maybe I'll write a comment later on after the live stream. I'll check properly on my laptop, and I will write a comment. So, yes, so we used to get the food from there. It was very nice. So Mayat, really nice to have you here. I'm really happy. Thank you so much. Yes, lots of nice stories and this. The rugby, I am inferring not the rugby game, but an addiction in to a rugby brand of a shoe glue. Oh, about okay, that is what you're referring to. Okay, I did not know. I thought the game of rugby. Ah, so addicts, yes. Uh, but that is good also because they have caught them, right? Correct? They are smoking over there or inhaling the glue or whatever they are eating the glue or whatever it is. So uh, yeah, true. So it's not a question of just the cemetery, it's a question of being addicted to drugs, so any form of drug, so they, they take them away. So that is good, that is good, that is good. It's not to be done anywhere, not that don't do it in the cemetery, but don't take drugs at all, don't take drugs at all, don't take drugs at all. So this would be yesterday's theme. You don't care for yourself. You don't care for your health. That's why you take drugs. So you don't care for others. Yesterday's theme. Yes, Pita. So sad they are out of school and become the culprit of many bad happenings in the society. But this is where it all starts from. It all starts from school. I think school is one of the places, like sometimes children come home and they are talking to their parents and they use a bad word, and the parent says, where did you hear that from? Parents don't say it. Where did you hear that from? Somebody in school said. They don't know what it is, so they just repeat it. Unless you tell them it's a bad word, then they remember, and next time they will not say it, or they say it because they really want to say it. So And talking about this, I've said it once before on my live stream. Like, normally we just say when students act naughty in the classroom, and habitually they are naughty and arrogant and rude, we always say this is how the parents brought them up. The parents must be like this. And for me, in schools, I've seen like 8 out of 9 times, or seven, I'm sorry, 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 times, it's the fact. But there are those times when it's not so. So one day I sent for a boy's parent, and when I was talking to the parents, both came. When I was talking to the parents, I was surprised. They are so simple, so honest, so nice. I'm sure it's not an act, because you can tell. I can look into somebody's eyes and I can tell whether they are being honest or not. So, and the mannerism, the way of talking, you can tell if the person is really honest or just pulling a fast one. So, and I just thought to myself after speaking to them, how did this boy turn out like that? But it is peer group. How do youngsters start smoking? Peer. In my class, like, let us say, forget the girls, let's talk about the boys. We were co-ed school in that school. In the previous school, it was only a boys' school, but in this school where my sister was, it was a co-ed school, boys and girls in the same class. So leave the girls out. So we must have had at least about 20 boys in the class, roughly about 20 boys in the class we would have had. Out of the 20 boys in the class, let's say there were just about three of us that never smoked. Only three of us that never smoked. Everybody else was smoking. Now, it depends, like our upbringing was stronger. So we did not fall into prey and be like the others smoking. So it all depends. It depends on your upbringing, but it also depends on peer group. You get forced in, and then you say, let me try it, and then you become addicted to it, right? Pita says, yeah, I don't know why they are out of school during class hours. Oh, that is even worse, right? Out of school during class hours. That's why, I don't know. Okay, Philippines is a poor country, so maybe they cannot do it. I don't know what is the procedure. But in most of the school, even in India, okay, I do not know now, but even in India, like, people would be called, the parents would be called, because the parents would give a phone number for their residence or a phone number for their workplace. So if they are not at home on the residence number, the school would call the workplace number and tell them, so and so, your child is absent, your child has not come to school. And the parent would wonder, because they know the child left home, the child left home, they went to school. So how come like they haven't reached school? And when the child comes home, the parents would automatically ask, right? So how was school today? Oh, mom, dad, I don't like that. Yeah, really? Then how did we get a call from the school to say that you were not in school? So that helps, so that in future they will not bunk school, right? If they bunk classes, then they know it will be reported. And in many places, a roll call was taken in the morning and a roll call was taken after lunch. The school used to end at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock was school timing. So uh, parents would be called, and so it helps to cut down truancy, right? Helps to cut down truancy. So that is a good system to have, just call. So I don't know if they do it in your schools and things like that, Pita, about that. In my school, the girls do also smoke and drink. Yes, they do it because of peer pressure. Oh, I got a cigarette on my finger and on my lips. I've got a cigarette, so I'm somebody big, like smoking. And drinking is for fun. Everybody is drinking. Let me also drink. And then you get drunk. And then you don't know what has happened to you when you are drunk and you pass out. Anything can happen, right? They don't look at all that. Uh, Joy says, we did not confine ourselves to helping family members alone, but we also help persons in our community. Yes, I know there are many places also where the community get together. They will clean up the community, once a month, something like that. They clean up the community, pick up the garbage that is thrown, somebody sweeping, and, just something general. Always make sure that the community or the area they are staying is neat and clean and tidy. And then have, things in place like dustbins, and educate the people to please throw it in the dustbins. And that's what I hate when I see people just throwing the garbage anywhere. Like, they just, I hate it. The other day I was going for this, when I was going out to shoot the video, I saw this guy. He was eating something and drinking something. Then he went to the van. He spoke something in the van to the driver. He got in, and then suddenly again something happened. I do not know what happened in the van. The air condition is on, so you close the door. Next, I saw him coming out. He came out, and then he began finishing what he was eating and drinking. So I guess not allowed to eat and drink in the van. I guess that, sort of. And then he was eating and drinking, and then he finished, and the fellow was horning like, better hurry, kind of. He had to take off. So then he came back to the van with his empty thing, and then suddenly he stopped. He opened the door, he stopped, and then he began looking around. And then he came, I guess he was looking for a dustbin. Now, just behind that pillar, there is a dustbin. There, behind the pillar, there is a dustbin. But he took the easy way out. He just kept it out there on a stone slab. He left it over there. Now, can you imagine? One thing in Thailand, they have a lot of cleaners going around cleaning the place. So definitely somebody would come and clean up the area over there. And he just left it and he went back. But okay, he was in a hurry to take the van, but you're eating and drinking. Carry the empty thing in the van. You're not eating and drinking in the van. Carry the empty thing in the van. And then when you get off at your destination, find a dustbin and put it in the dustbin. There is no cold drink shop nearby. He must have bought the cold drink from the mall across the road. Okay, going to the mall. So he crossed the road, he came by the overhead bridge, he came all the way here. He could walk all that way after buying the drink, but he cannot look around and see. And there are two places where there are garbage cans. And where he placed it, if he looked diagonally across, he would have seen the dustbin. The other dustbin is behind the pillar, but this dustbin is in view next to the other pillar, the other side, but it's in view. He could have seen it. Maybe he saw it because he looked around, but yet too lazy to go there and drop it. He just kept it on the stone slab side. Not right. I don't believe in that. Me, even my bus ticket, which is a small ticket, and I can see people have thrown bus tickets in the bus, like, but no, I even keep on my bus ticket. I hold on to it and I keep it. And when I go anywhere, I see a dustbin, I throw it. Sometimes I forget. I come home and then I find, oh, both my bus tickets going and coming, they are still in my pocket. Because what happens, if I have a top pocket, I think my laptop needs to be charged. I suddenly saw it going dull. So uh, if I have a top pocket, then I put it into, if I have a top pocket, I put it into the top pocket. And when I'm going by the return journey bus, when I'm in the return journey bus, then I remove the bus ticket from my top pocket and put it, normally if I'm wearing jeans, so I put it into the small extra pocket we have. I put that there, and I put the new one, because once I remembered, I was searching. I just pulled out this ticket and I gave it. Very rarely they have checking, but they had checking, and I gave, and it was not matching. And they kept saying something like, so I didn't know what they were saying in Thai, but I presumed it's not matching. So I put my uh, hand in my pocket again, and I found the other one, and I pulled it out. And then I took this back and I gave that one. And they looked at it and then said, okay. Then they punch it or they tear it a little bit and give it back to you. So it was that way. So after that, I learned this lesson. By chance, I've not thrown it out. So then I discover, oh, I've got the previous ticket here. I take it, put it into my jean pocket, and the new ticket will go into my top pocket. But if I don't have a shirt pocket, then This will go into the normal pocket, the old ticket if I have it. Otherwise, if there's nothing, I got rid of it. Then it will go into my jean pocket, or it will go into another back pocket of mine, the ticket. So I always separate it in case, like. So yeah, so I don't know how they can do these kind of things. Pita writes, I do call the parents, but those kids do not belong to my school. I don't even know if they are ever enrolled. Okay, you're talking about those kids, so that's okay. But I was just asking in general, do the schools call? So at least your school does call. Your children are not there, so you call the home. So that is good because then it will help the student not to play truant, not to bunk school, because they know that the school authorities call the parents and make the parents aware of it. And then sometimes you'll find some parents saying, "Oh yes, I'm sorry," and actually it's the parents' duty to call, right? But Philippines is a poor country, so I don't know. But almost everyone has a cell phone, correct? So I don't know. But yes, it's the parents' duty to call the school and inform the school that their son would not be coming, or their son or daughter is in hospital and sick and might be away from school for a few days, or something like that. Or there was some emergency in the family and they had to go away, so they will not be there for a few days. So yeah, the parents call and say that. But sometimes if they don't call, then the school calls somebody, calls the family. So yes, that is important, like, that's very important. And I think like schooling is almost free for the students in Philippines, almost free. Public schools or something would be almost free for the children. That's what some people said. Or the fees are very, very low. Fees are very, very little. But what they say is that, the projects that the students have to do, that becomes costly for the parents. And then, the books that they have to buy for them. So all that becomes costly for the parents. Like, so because of that, like many times they would not send their kids to school. That's what I've read as well. Like, so I don't know, but the college education is expensive. But yet, like I know from Pita, many people have these vocational schools. Like I don't know the vocational schools charge money, but they have vocational classes like stitching or cookery and those kind of things, and it's funded by the government. It's free, it's funded by the government, and not just the school children, but adults can also do that. So I think that's a wonderful gesture. It shows how the Philippine government cares for their people in one way. It shows they care for the people, that they even offer them these free courses to do. So, like if somebody does a cooking course or they do a stitching course, they can start a business of their own, or they can go and work somewhere, doing that. So it's a wonderful gesture on the part of the Filipino government. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. Other countries, no, you pay for these kind of vocational classes. That's why I say, Philippines are so poor country, but the government, have set in, and this must be because years ago somebody has thought about it and they have set up those systems. I don't know about the present uh, uh, presidents and all, but how competent they are and how well do they really take care of the people. Because I have read also many of the presidents only filling their own pockets. So there have been many bad presidents in Philippines. Let's not take any names, but bad presidents. But Duterte, I said it last time also on a live stream. Duterte is my best friend. He's my best friend. And I believe this is Duterte Jr. There was a Duterte Senior who was president years ago, but he also was a good man. But I do not know about him. But Duterte Jr., if there is a junior or senior, if I remember clearly, so he very good. How much he did even during COVID, giving 5 kilos of rice to each person in the barangays. Very good gesture. Very good gesture. So I value that man. I really value that man. He cared for the people. He loved the people, and therefore he did things for the people. So yeah, he Philippines, to me, there may have been others who are very good, but to me, like from what I know, I think he is the best president ever. Like even in Thailand, I did not see the previous king, but he died before I came here. The first time I visited in 2017 November, so he was already dead. But they keep the king for 1 year, embalmed his body and all. And after 1 year, they hold a big procession, and then they have the cremation. So in 2018, they had the cremation. They didn't show us the cremation, but they showed the procession. I mentioned this in a previous live stream as well. They showed the procession and all that. And I stayed awake whole night because of the time difference between Canada. Because I read about him, I heard so many people over here talking about him, what a good man he was. He lived for the people, he died for the people. I've seen articles on him, and pictures on him, how he mixed with the common people, even the low common people, he mixed with them, like, though he was the king, like he mixed with them, and he was like one with them. Like he would, it's like to say he would not feel shy to put his hand in the mud. He would not feel shy to do that. Like, he was down to earth. So I really valued him a lot. That's why I sat whole night. I never knew that I would be coming to Thailand and living in Thailand. I never knew it at the time, but I just valued him, and I stayed awake whole night to watch the procession. And I felt sad they did not show the cremation. I felt sad about that. So yes, Joyce, helping the community also is a wonderful thing to do. Pita says, I do call the parents, but okay. Yeah, public schools are free. Okay, Pita, right. Public schools are free, but then they have to pay for all these projects and all these extra activities to do. Then transport is a problem, to go to school and bring them back. And I don't know. So there are lots of other factors where the parents cannot even afford, and they do not send their kids to school, even though it's free in public schools. Still, they do not send their children to school. I guess sometimes they are making them work also, right? From young age, they are making them work also. So maybe that is also another factor. So that's really sad, it's very, very sad. School students must be given at least a basic education. So, see, like in many other places, in the Western countries, where will you find free education for schools? But the government of Philippines is paying the teachers whatever, maybe low salary, high salary, but they are paying the teachers in the public school to teach the kids. I do not know what is the quality of the teaching in the public schools. I do not know what is the quality of the teaching. I do not know how many students are in each class, and how this, like in India, they have up to 60 students in in some of the states of India, like Calcutta city in West Bengal. They have like up to 60. Even some of the schools in India, in Bombay, where we are, 60 students in one class. Okay, forget about teaching them. How do you correct 60 books? And you teach so many classes and you have so much of corrections to do. How can you ever, do justice to teaching? You can do justice to teaching, but not to marking. But see, the problem you will have to deal with, student problem with, and sometimes students can get very arrogant in the class, because they know teachers are not paid much, so teachers have no value for the students. Teachers have no value. But talking about this, I'll tell you something. In the villages, life is so different in the villages, and not just villages, but I'll give you this incident. One day, my wife went for a job, so I accompanied her for the interview. And this interview was at a prestigious place. It was in a building, a very nice building, and it was on Haji Ali. That is the place where I had done the road race, 2 kilometer road race, and it's like a sea face. It's like a sea face, and there is a mosque. that is built a little out in the sea. The mosque has been built. Now they have a nice flyover going from that place right up to Bandra. Bandra is always considered to be the happening place, like Bandra, the hep place. So it's been done up very well now. I've not had a chance to go and see all that or travel by that new bridge, but must do it when I'm in. Maybe I'll do it when I go now to India. Uh, well, Pune is not so far. I'll go by that train, and with my sister, I told her we'll go and see some of the old places where we used to be, and all those things. We see how it has changed. What is it like now? So, so yes, we decided we'll decide to do that. So yes, so I went for this interview with my wife, and then I sat outside. She was called in, and I sat outside. After quite a long time, my wife came out, and I said, "How's the interview?" She said, "No, no, it's okay, but he wants to meet you." I said, "He wants to meet you? Why?" So he asked me like, uh, he asked me, "Oh, you're married and all?" Yes, married and all. And then he said, "What does your husband do?" So she said, "No, he's a teacher in the school." "Oh, teacher in the school. And where is he?" "No, he's waiting outside for me." So then he told her, "Go and call me." So this must have been at the end of the interview, like. So I went in there. As I went in, he's literally dressed like how the people in the village dress. Though he is now in a posh company, in a posh office, he's still dressed. They call what is called a dhoti. If you have seen any pictures about Mahatma Gandhi, if you have seen any pictures about a person called Mahatma Gandhi, he was studied and educated as a lawyer in South Africa. But when he came back to India, he stripped off all his clothes. He used to be bare body, and he used to wear this kind of clothing down, this clothing down his waist, just to cover his jewels. So he used to wear this clothing, and he used to wear glasses, and he used to carry a stick and walk. Not in his early days, but later on, he used to carry. And he was one of the strongest freedom fighters, and he was the one that started the ball rolling to get the British out of India. He was the one, Mahatma Gandhi. But he was a learned lawyer, and he knew the laws, so nobody could argue against him. Not even the British. And he studied in South Africa, which is also one of belonging to the sovereignty of the British, right? So he knew all the laws and regulations of Britain and India and everything. But he was the main freedom fighter who started. And once he did a march, the the Danda march or something they call it. He did a march from one city to another, very far away. He has gone on many. He has gone on many starvation. What do they call it? Hunger strike. Hunger strike. No eating food for many days. No eating food. Not drinking water. Then he would drink water but not eat the food, and he became very thin, very emancipated, emancipated in his older days. But he's been in prison also many times, in and out of prison. So if you see pictures of Mahatma Gandhi, you will hear. And there was a movie also, Gandhi, very nice movie, very very long movie. Uh, the directors are very famous. The name is there. I'm forgetting the name. Richard Attenborough. Richard Attenborough. He's the main producer and director of the movie. He's done very good movies. Richard Attenborough. So they British guy. So they this movie is worth seeing it. Worth seeing it. So he was dressed like that, but not bare body. He had a decent kurta, like decent thing, and he was dressed in the bottom one. He was dressed with that. He literally stood up. He literally stood up, and the greeting in India is Namaste, Namaste. So he literally stood up, joined his hands. That's how they do Namaste. So he did that, and he was bowing to me, Namaste, like that. And I'm a young chap, and he's past middle age, and I'm a young chap, what I got married. I always say I got married at the age of 24. I got married at the age of 24. My wife was 22. But 24 means It was just 2 months left for my birthday, 1.5 month left for my birthday when I got married. So yeah, it was just 1.5, say 2 months was left when I got married. 2 months were left for my birthday. Then I became 25. So I still say I was 24 when I married, but it was almost like 25. And my wife was 22. So he got up and he said, "Namaste, Guruji." Guru means teacher. In the villages and all, they call, Guru. And the villages, and then he was telling me, he said, "No, in our villages, we give great respect to our teachers, and teachers are considered to be the most important, even more important than those in official office designations. Like, uh, we give more respect to the teachers because they are the ones that trained us, they are the ones that taught us, they are the ones that sacrificed for low salaries, to give us education. And today we are what we are because of the education we had and because of the teachers we had." So he stood up. I never taught him, but that respect that I am a teacher, I'm still so young, but I'm a teacher. And because of that, he gives that respect to the teacher. That was a wonderful gesture. I can never forget this incident. I can never. For some reason, I don't know. I think my wife had another job she had been to earlier and she got a call for that job. And that was like in a way closer to home. So she took that job instead of taking this one. This one, you have to travel pretty, far away. So I think because of that, she took the other job. So yeah, that's a marvelous thing, when you see uh, elderly people bowing to you, with hands joined, folded. What respect it, you know. My heart went out to him. Really, my heart went out to him. And I was telling him, no, no, no. Like, he said, no, you're a teacher. I said, I'm so young. No, you're a teacher. That is important. Teacher, I give great respect to the teachers because they are doing a wonderful job. Our nation depends on the teachers. It's that way. So yes, it was very good. So Pita says, yes, public schools are very congested. Minimum of 40 to 60 per class. Yes, correct. True. Even the cities I spoke about, many, many students. 40 like is minimum, correct. They just pile it. They're sitting like almost one on top of the other, and so no place to move around the classroom. Public school teachers have a greater salary benefits compared to private school teachers. Really? Wow. Because usually private school teachers are paying the teachers much more salary than that. So public school teachers do get higher salary. So it must be difficult to get a job in a public school and easier to get a job in a private school. But private school, I guess it is like hire and fire. They will hire you and they can fire you at any time they want. Public school, I think they have unions, so it's very difficult to fire a teacher unless it's gross indiscipline. But otherwise, very, very difficult to fire a teacher in a public school. It's like companies, right, who have unions. You can't just fire somebody. The union will take up the matter. Public school teachers, yes, okay. Because I remember I was in touch with one person in somewhere in your Mindanao area. I forget now. Mindanao area, I think. Either it was Mindanao or Samar, but I think Mindanao area somewhere. So that person said that she is a teacher and the son also is a teacher. And I said, oh, I said, we have a lot of Filipino teachers here. Their salaries are not that much, compared to the foreigners they are hiring, or to the Thais also, not so much. But they value Filipino education. So lots of Filipino teachers here. Some are getting good salaries depending on the school, but most of them are being underpaid. But the salary they are getting is like much better than what they would get in Philippines. So I do not know why those teachers, or maybe the public schools are have their quota of teachers, so the new teachers who are graduating from the training college schools don't have a job. I don't know. So they are here. And next to the Thai family in the other province where I was, next to the Thai family, there was a teacher. He was sharing he must have been getting a good salary because he and another guy were sharing this villa. They took the villa on rent and they were sharing the villa. The villa was like up and down and big garden around, and he's looking after three dogs, two dogs he has. He takes the dog out for a walk and all that and feeds them and all. Every time you pass by, those dogs will bark. But yet you see them on the road when they are going, then they are very nice. I say hello to him sometimes across the compound wall. I would say hello to him. So he must have been getting a good salary in Thailand, but apparently he's here for many, many years, and he was teaching the Thai family son many years ago. So he must be getting a very good salary here. So it depends, I guess. So I don't know why they leave Philippines and come here to work. I don't know. Come here to work as teachers. Because I know. So I sent cuttings and all of the agency, that hires teachers. I sent them cuttings and all, and then she said, like for me, it's no use of going and working in another country now. Like I'm quite of age. I want to just retire here, but my son is getting much more salary than this. That's what she said. He's getting much more salary. I said, really? I thought like teachers were poorly paid in the Philippines. And she said, no, he's getting much more salary in the Philippines. I said, yeah, then no need of him coming. No, because I was saying, no, youngsters, let them have an opportunity. But she said he's getting much more salary. She didn't say how much, but she said much more. Yeah, naturally, it won't be easy to get into any public service if their salaries are so high. Because they would stay till they retire, right? They would stay till they retire. So it would be difficult, right? Oh, Mayat is still there. Very good, Mayat. Thank you. So, so yes, that is a nice thing. So it's so nice, like how we go from one topic to another, right? Sharing is caring. We care, so we share different types of information. Please don't forget to click on the like button. Don't forget. I saw seven, eight, nine. I saw nine people, but only five views. Now there are seven people, but five views. So please don't forget to click on the views. So, uh, yeah, how nicely we go from one topic to another topic. Like, so it's wonderful. So, Pita, if you have any idea, like, kind of any idea, like, what is the minimum salary that a public teacher would draw? Like, or a basic salary, like an average salary in a public school compared to a private school? What would be the difference in the salary a public school teacher would get compared to a private school teacher? Okay, Mayat, take care. Take care, Mayat. Thank you for being here. I know you said you can stay for a little while. You are working. Also, it is way past lunchtime. It's almost coming to 1 o'clock Philippine time, so it's way past lunchtime. So thank you, Mayat, for staying here. Really appreciate it. And I will also be commenting on your videos. I will also stay a while if I'm free. If I'm free, I will stay on your live streams whenever I'm free. So, like I said, I keep a live stream on in the morning and then I will remain on that live stream. Even if I'm doing my live stream, I will keep it on mute and I will keep that live stream on. Because on my phone, I can only watch one live stream. Sometimes I open to another live stream on my laptop and I watch some other person's live stream. So I watch about two live streams. Not watch, now and then I will watch it and comment. So, uh, basic salary of a public school is way, way high. Oh, that is why the way that lady said, That lady said like the lady said like, no, my son is getting much more money. And the way she put, I'm just using expression, but she was chatting, but the way she said much more higher salary he's getting. Okay, a difference would be about 20,000 peso. Difference would be about 20,000 peso. Okay. Yeah, I guess 20,000 is enough because uh, many in Philippines are drawing less than that a month, right? And I know the for any other job, like I know other jobs also, office jobs and all. I think the average, if I'm not mistaken, the average salary the Filipinos get if they work even in an office or something, the average salary is around 8,000, I think. Some get less, some get more, but I think the average salary, I remember reading or somebody telling me like 8,000 seems to be the average. Because some Filipinos have told me there's one there's one Filipino I know her from 2019. She's she's in Jensen. I wanted to go and see her when I was in Elegant City. I wanted to meet her in Jensen. So yeah, she was getting 8,000, and she said also there are some getting less, some getting more, but usually like in that area, a person would start off with a salary of about 8,000. So on that basis, I'm just saying it like. So because they say teachers are whole world, teachers are poorly paid. They are the worst paid teachers for the work that they have to do. The teaching, the marking, the examinations, the vetting, the preparation, for their lessons. So they have to do a lot of work, and compared to the salaries they get. Okay, so Maya Pita says that is correct. That average salary is around 8,000. So correct what that lady told me. What that lady told me is correct. She said like she gets 8,000, and she's got three kids. She was a single mom. She was a single mom. Now she's got married to the father of her last child. She's got married to the father of her last child. So it's good, and he supports, he takes care. But his salary is not much higher than hers, not much higher than hers. And yet they are managing comfortably for their three kids, to take care of the three kids. So only the youngest one stays with them, and the elder two are staying with her mother. So yeah, it's very nice, it's very nice, very good that like I always say like my pension also is going to be very low, but I think it is enough for me. I think something like, I know I see many people talking about estimate costs of foreigners living over there, but you have to live according to whatever money you get, right? You cannot live more than that. So like I know over here there are some foreigners, Americans. Like this friend of mine I know, he was living in a three-bedroom house. What the hell does he need a three-bedroom? He's an old man, my age or maybe a year or two older than me, living in a three-bedroom alone. What you need a three-bedroom home? But he's getting a salary of little over 3,000 US dollars a month. 3,000 means a pension of 3,000 US dollars a month he's getting. And he knows every month that $3,000 is coming. So what is there to save? Like save for medical or something like that, but just spend all his money. So, but why? I would use that money. I would stay in even a studio. I'm okay with a studio apartment. I stayed before in a studio apartment. The first time I came in Bangkok, I stayed in a studio apartment. The next time I stayed in a studio apartment. Uh, last province. I went to Ubon Ratchathani. So I went on a deal over there. I went on a particular deal over there. So my meals and my accommodation was taken care of. So I was staying in one of the resort rooms. In one of the rooms, it was a nice big room with a cupboard, a little couch, a little table, your own toilet, and behind there was a small porch, and you could see from the back and from the front when you came out also was a huge porch, a really huge porch it was, and you had a nice view of their rice fields and their crops and all they are growing, and view of the hills and the mountains you can see. So very nice view. So and I told the owner so many times, don't give me your cottage because you are not getting money from your cottage. Your house is very big. Give me a room in your house. Give me any room in your house. I don't mind. I'm not particular. Give me a room in your house, and I can live in the room so you can rent out the cottage, and you can get your extra money from there. And I can still do whatever we decided that I will do. We can still do. So whatever I was earning was all the money for the owner. That was the condition. So whether I'm earning 10,000, whether I'm earning 20,000, whether I'm earning 50,000, the owner would take all that money. And in return, I would get accommodation and my food. And only my very personal expense, like, toothpaste and all those kind of things, like, I had to pay for, of course, myself. But everything else was, though, of course, I sometimes took the family out for a meal and, paid for it. Uh, that way. So then finally they gave me a room. They gave me a room, and the room had an attached toilet and bathing room. So they gave me that room. So it was like self-contained again. Like, and I was okay. One room it was. It was smaller than the uh, resort room, but who needs a big place, right? There was a nice bed. There was air condition. There was a big table there, and the window it was facing the house over there. Means it was facing the garden same way. So I could see from my window. I could see the garden. So yeah, I would spend the least on a house as long as it is decent and comfortable. But I would spend more money on maybe tasting some different type of food sometimes, and like let's say lechon on rice or whatever. Lechon would be a very expensive meal. So yes, go and taste something traditional, even if it's expensive. I know I paid for Hello Hello. I paid about like maybe $300 or something like that for that Hello Hello that day. I think that was very costly. So yeah, I would spend like that, and I would spend more for sightseeing. Going and seeing places around the country, and then you have to stay in hotels. So hotels are costly. So I would spend more for that. So yeah, so it was that way. So I don't know why somebody would spend so much money on rental. So that's why I'm very lucky. I'm getting a very decent, a nice rental for a very decent fee, and so that's one of my bucket list. So that is fulfilled, and then it has a kitchen also. So that is even better still. I'm so happy about that. It has a kitchen, so I can buy market. The owner said the market is far away, but I have to take a jeepney ride. But that's okay. Once a week, I'll go pick up and come back. So that is no problem. So yeah, I decided that is the best option for me now, and it's a wonderful option, and I can just keep on staying there till Thy Kingdom Come. I can stay there on a long-term basis, and while I'm there as my base, I can go. And Cebu has now so many ferries now. Peter was telling me, so I can take the different ferries. They are divided into the different zones: Port One, Port Two, Port Three, Port Four. So accordingly, I can find out from which port, take the transport there, and then travel by ferry as much as I can, and like do an overnight journey. So I can take a nice cabin, sleep it out in the cabin overnight, and then reach next morning, and then I have the full day, instead of wasting a full day traveling. Or I may take a day travel if we are passing by some island or stopping on some at some island on the way. So they stop for about 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and you can roam around just on the island. Because there will be many people selling stuff at the island. You can see at least part of that and then get back to your ship. So back to your ferry. So if there is something like that, then I would do a day trip also. If there is something, if there's only water, 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 and nothing else to see, then what's the point of a day trip, right? So yeah, let me see if I am settling down finally in Philippines, how things go for me. So yeah, that is it. So in Philippines, public pays much more. Very good, that is very good. Yeah, so I think we've had a wonderful interaction. I don't think there's anyone else left on this live stream except for Pita, except for you. I don't think there's anyone else now. I've passed a little bit of 2 hours, so Pita, I think I will end it. I don't think there's anyone else. Is there anyone else there? Anyone else on my channel? Anyone else there? No, it's showing also just two people, so there's nobody else. So Pita, I will end it then. I'll just put in a little thank you note. Pita, did you have lunch? Did you have lunch? Oh, Pita, you had a late breakfast, so a late lunch. Okay, okay, understand. Okay, but don't skip. Better eat. It's already 2 o'clock. No, it's already 1 o'clock for you. Past 1 o'clock. So just another shout out. Please remember, Martha, Stephen. Please remember Martha, Stephen, Madna, Nair, and Rusty. Remember them in your prayers. My live streams are getting better. Few people, but a lot of interaction. We shared a lot of good information. Shared a lot of good information too. Uh, Thanks for all your support and watching my replays. Bless you. Okay, so my live streams are getting better. Few people, but a lot of interaction. We shared a lot of good information too. Thanks for all your support. Watching. I misspelled watching, so sad. Should have read it again properly. Oh, that was bad. Bad man. Not Batman. Bad man. Uh, watching my replays. Bless you all. Replays, bless you all. Okay, done. So I should have just copied and then pasted, right? Instead of having that as, yeah, why not I do that? Just copy the message, correct, correct it. Since I'm pinning it up, right? Since I'm pinning it up, so pinning it up is what people will see first thing. So why to show that? Uh, yeah, let me remove it. Let me remove it, and let me remove this as well. Oh, I should have saved it. I did not save it. Did I save it? No, I did not save it. So sad. Okay, so let me type it again. Uh, Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all the support and many are watching my replays too. We shared a lot of information and views on our team and other matters. Bless you. Okay, so I got the words there. Let me just check again. All the spelling are correct. We shared a lot of information and views on our team and other matters. Let's see how. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all the support and many are watching. Many are watching my replays too. We shared a lot. Okay. So now it's okay. So let me pin it up now. That's done. So thank you, Pita, for being here right till the end. Appreciate that. I will end my stream now. So love you and God bless you all. Okay, so that has been cleared, and now I go off. I will go off. So take care. Bless you all. And thank you, Pita, a lot.